Wrestling fans, I would love to know who out there genuinely has a lot to say about this SmackDown Live. Would love to. I know I don't. I do not. This SmackDown, if you did not enjoy it, if this SmackDown did not entertain you, intrigue you, is a product of, number one, us having another pay-per-view 1 week from Sunday. Y'all do realize that, right? You do remember that, right? I want you to keep that in mind. That Stomping Grounds is 1 week from Sunday, wrestling fans. If there's one thing about these big, huge super showdowns, or Crown Jewel, or whatever name WWE comes up with, those big, huge shows, that is a big problem. Because after that, whatever pay-per-view comes next gets little to no attention. None. Tonight's a perfect example. Prime example. What did we see? 35 to 40 minutes of Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre and Elias and The Miz trying to build up Drew McIntyre taking on Roman Reigns. Trying to pull off some type of a storyline that really struck me to some degree as like Paul Heyman and CM Punk. Y'all remember that, don't you? Where Paul Heyman was friends with CM Punk, then Paul Heyman turned his back on him, and Paul Heyman, was getting hunted down by CM Punk, and Paul Heyman had Curtis Axel and Brock Lesnar and all these people by his side. Miz was having to go through everybody tonight to get to Shane McMahon. He had to go through Elias. Then, if he went through Drew McIntyre, he could get to Shane McMahon. Wrestling fans, let's be honest here. Drew McIntyre stood absolutely zero chance in losing. Zero. Okay? Zero. Now, SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship. Thought it was going to be really interesting. Thought it was going to be cool. Right? Instead of building up a good storyline tonight with D. Bryan, Eric Rowan, and Heavy Machinery, they have a jobber tag team out there with cardboard championship belts. They were made out of cardboard. That's exactly what it looked like. Said they were the tag team champions of some county. Okay. Whatever. And Heavy Machinery had to beat this tag team to get the number one contender spot for the tag team titles. I thought they were already the number one contenders from the last time they had an encounter. Whatever. Guess Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn and the rest of them in the back don't want us to think that we remember that. But whatever. Heavy Machinery keep their spots as number one contenders for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. Now, at Stomping Grounds, put those titles on the line against Heavy Machinery. Other than that, we saw a 6-man tag team matchup in the main event. Hey, how original. How typical. Even though I get why they did it. Welcome back, Big E. He's back in WWE. He's back from injury. Okay. But, really, who cares about all this? Did this, in all honesty, who cares about this? This is the epitome of predictable. Absolute 100% predictable. If anybody thought the New Day was going to lose this matchup, I don't know what you're watching. The fact that it's Big E's return tells you that the New Day is winning. I, for one, did not even want to watch the ending of SmackDown Live. I didn't really want to. I hope when I go to Memphis, when they're in, when SmackDown's at Memphis, it's not as predictable as it is tonight, or as it was tonight. I'm hoping it's not as predictable as it has been. And I'm hoping we do not have to sit through 35 to 40 minutes of the worst in the world, Shane McMahon. Please. The one thing I thought was a little surprising, though, was Roman Reigns was gone. Again. Nowhere to be seen. Now, it doesn't bother me because it's good to have some things different from time to time. If he's going to overcome something, if the babyface is going to overcome all the odds, which he probably will beat Drew McIntyre at Stomping Ground, then you know he has to take the night off, the week off, something like that, and then come back and overcome it. Typical WWE writing 101. I like that they did that. What I don't like is the fact that they said that Sami Zayn is a wild card. The more you use the same person over and over and over again on both shows, the more they are not a wild card. You might as well just say that the shows are super shows. Super SmackDown Live. Super Raw. You remember when they were doing that? I wouldn't have a problem with it. It would look better in my eyes than Wild Card. Whatever. And honestly, outside of Bayley beating Nikki, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing on SmackDown tonight. And this is your SmackDown Live review. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, leave me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And I hope you tune in to anything that you've missed so far on the channel. And subscribe to the channel right now. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.